Welcome to the show, guys. So look, CD Projekt Red are an amazing games development company. Let's not get it twisted. They've only ever made the Witcher series, but that's okay. The Witcher series is a really good series, especially Witcher 3, which we all know is phenomenal. The other Witcher games also sold really well. Witcher 1 sold 1 million copies after 12 months. Witcher 2 sold 1.7 million copies after 12 months. And the combined sales of Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 by 2013 exceeded 5 million copies. So they did really well in regards to those two games. Then of course Witcher 3 absolutely blew both those games out of water, and after 4 years it sold 44 million copies. So you can see that obviously Witcher 3 is the most successful game, but overall they've done really well because Witcher 1, there was a progression of interest because Witcher 2 sold more than Witcher 1, so they've done really well. So now there's Cyberpunk, and everybody is excited about Cyberpunk, and for good reason. The game looks great, the gameplay looks great, the ideas are really creative. I have a few concerns here and there. I'm a little bit concerned whether or not CD Projekt Red can handle a game of this scale. Yes, Witcher 3 was a huge game in terms of its open world capabilities. It didn't require the same graphics, it didn't require the same kind of creativity in terms of the bodily changes and all that, man, and the world as well didn't require that much, whereas Witcher 3 was, and the other Witches as well, are more medieval, so there was at least something to go off of. So I'm a little bit worried about that. And then you have to get into the fact that the game has been delayed twice. The first delay was delayed a couple months until September 17th, and then a couple weeks ago they released a statement saying the game was going to be delayed again until November 19th. There's nothing wrong with the game being delayed. If it's fixed when it's released, everybody will be happy. If they would have released it when it was initially announced to be released, then what would have happened, and it was broken, everybody would have been pissed off, and it would have ruined their reputation as well. If you look back at a game called No Man's Sky, I can't remember the games developer that released that, but they promised all these things, and at release it was absolutely not what they had promised, and their game suffered for it, right? So fair play to CD Projekt Red for saying, look, we're going to delay the game as many times as we want to make sure that the game is as good as we can make it when it's going to be released, and that's fine. Now, nobody really knows the reason why Cyberpunk has been delayed twice. It could be down to design choices, it could be down to maybe they're not happy with some of the gameplay choices within the game, but nobody really knows the reason. Now, over the history of gaming right here, there's been a multitude of games that have been delayed for several different reasons. For example, Resident Evil 4 had 6 false starts, so it was delayed 6 times, but it is known to be an absolute masterpiece. Mafia 2 was delayed for 3 years because the conflict and disagreements Illusion Softworks had with the head programmer. So again, that might have been some gameplay choices, and those are 2 good examples of good games having delays and ending up being good games. Then we get onto the bad side. Spore, some of you may not know what Spore is, but look it up anyway. I can't be asked to really explain that to you. Spore was delayed because of some game design conflicts, and obviously that game isn't very good at all. Duke Nukem, which was highly anticipated. Now peep this here. This had several announced release dates, but it took them eventually 15 years to finish the development. 15 years! And the game wasn't even that good. So those are examples of good and bad sides of a game being delayed. Again, nobody really knows why Cyberpunk has been delayed. However, it could end up being a great game, and it could end up just being a bit of a miss, right? So, but overall, I'm looking forward to the game. So my conclusion is this: CD Projekt Red are a great games development company, and I have a lot of faith, to be fair to them, in the fact that they can deliver. However, the fact that the game has been delayed twice leads me to be a little bit concerned, because what if they don't fix the game on time? So I do believe the game will be great over time, over a year span, 2 years, whatever, but on release day I don't think it's going to be as great as people want it to be. I think there's going to be some issues here and there, but again, if it is not great on release day, I won't hold it against them. I won't hold it against them because they have a lot on their plate, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you later.
Uh.